What do you think of Max Verstappen's approach to racing?
I'm not going to answer that, Jake. I've been totally,
Have you?
Give us a more rounded
not
version.
so.
That's the nice thing. We can be nuanced here, right?
So my take on it was that when if you're racing someone and you want to stop them from passing you, you just simply cannon your car up the inside, even if the regs haven't been written clearly enough to say that you can do that. I don't think that is racing. It's simply taking a massive risk. But other people don't do it. If other people don't do it, then you're the outlier.
Yeah.
And running people clean off the track and just to stop someone from passing it is not racing. It's not racing. It's dodgems or whatever you want to call it. Banger racing.
Yeah.
It's not Formula One. We want to see skill. We want to see skill and daring, and we want it to be surgically done, not bludgeon. You don't take a mallet to something. We want to see it done with a rapier. You want to see it cleanly done and effectively done and beautifully done.
Yeah. And Max can do that as well, right?
Yeah.
And has done that as well.
Yeah.
It's just that you picking up on that one point.
No, well, it's occasionally they are at moments in situations, let's say in championships. So
yeah. Where does Max sit for you in the list of great drivers?
Right up there. No question.
Number one?
Possibly. I mean, in terms of his effectiveness, in terms of his preparedness, his maturity, his speed, he's a phenomenon. And there are very few phenomena drivers. They are the ones that we know of, the Fangios, the Jim Clarks, the Sennas, and the Michael Schumachers.
And we've had the debate for years, Ronaldo v Messi. Where do you lie on Max v Lewis?
Lewis is a different kind of driver. So this is what I'm saying, is that he wants, he's more of a rapier than a battle axe.
Yeah.
In competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would you put one above the other?
They're different. I think Lewis's natural ability, I don't think even he knows the depths of it. I mean, he just somehow has been gifted an extraordinary talent for driving, and also a passion for racing as well. He still wants to race. I think it's more character differences than anything else, I would say.
Have you seen the stat that Lewis is 4 race results away from being an 11-time world champion?
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, that shows you the fine margins.
Well, I think he should have won in his first season as well.
Yeah,
and I still think that's an interesting season when Kimi beat him and what happened to his car. And I don't want to go down the paranoid route, but I mean, there were, Lewis was in contention from the moment he arrived, as is Max. Much more aggressive driver, competitor, racer, Max than Lewis, I think, on track. I mean, Lewis has done some things occasionally, but it's not common.
Where does your greatest rival sit on that list?
Michael.
Here's the truth. Your body is like an engine and you need to keep it at its best day in, day out. I mean, think of it this way. You wouldn't fuel a racing car on cheap fuel. So why are you doing similar to your body? I take Heights Vitals. I take them every single day. They stop me feeling run down, sluggish. I used to have brain fog. Not anymore. 2 small capsules. These act as my premium grade fuel. I'm keeping with the racing metaphor. So Vitals are a blend of vitamins, nutrients, minerals, omega-3, all the Bs, basically everything you need to perform at your best. So if you're looking for something that keeps you in the driving seat with your nutrition, your brain and body health, then this is it. Taken by athletes, Olympians, and even some well-known racing drivers. This stuff works. So if you're looking to fuel right this year, go to heights.com/Jake or enter the code HP20 at checkout for 20% off your first order and start your journey today.
What can we say now? I mean, he's up Lewis in terms of, I mean, statistics are a problem because statistics, there are more races now, there are more per season, etc. All these things. So championships, longevity, you can't really, you need to adjust it for inflation, you know.
Yeah. So where would he be?
Where would Lewis I think they're level.
Yeah.
I think they're level.
And Michael above or below?
No, I think
all
Michael, Max still has to do in terms of, having said what I said about statistics. I think Max still has to deliver, whereas Michael's delivered his. Maybe Lewis has delivered his. Maybe there was an 8th title which didn't happen, which should have done. But maybe he should have lost when Felipe Massa.
I obviously spent a few years in Formula 1 and found that the least empathetic drivers were often the fastest.
Well, listen, if you're doing something, let's say you're a fighter pilot and you have to go and shoot someone out the sky. You can't go, I don't want to do it, because sometimes there's an imperative. There's something which is, and we make an imperative out of, motor racing and so forth. So you do need to be ruthless to compete. I mean, but you don't need to be a total bastard.
Yeah.
You don't need to be vindictive. You don't need to be take delight in other people's suffering as well. That would not be something that I would admire in a sports person.
But in your career, you said when Ayrton Senna pulled you in and tried to give you some racing tips, you were like, hold on, I've seen the way you race. I'm not sure I should listen.
I didn't think,
You had Michael Schumacher who tried to sort of break you psychologically throughout your career. You've spoken about Max Verstappen these days as being a bit like Dick Dastardly. Like, there is a recurring theme sometimes with the best of the best of the best that they have.
Yeah.
They have this thing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a question of winning at all costs. What is the cost of winning? And, Jackie wrote his title of his book, Jackie Stewart's book, was Winning is Not Enough. In other words, it's not all about winning. It is, to a degree, how you go about it. I think that's what we're after with sport. Sport is a theatre. And it's a theatre where there's no script, there's a kind of general rule, but the principles are, you want to see things that you admire, and that includes behaviour.
Yeah.
Not just victory. And my beef is a little bit more with, you can't have a free-for-all. You have to have someone saying, okay, we want to see racing, but we don't want it going beyond certain bounds. You have rules in every sport. You have to. So you want it to, those rules should be there to encourage great performances and not allow one individual to run roughshod over the sport.
Yeah.